And then so I say to the kids, why do English when you can do history?
Oh, another Kiefer joke. A lame one at that. I wish I could vacation to the Caribbean.
Oh yeah, this is living the life.
Live from Badger High School, it's IWS Today!
It's IWS Today! With Mr. Kiefer! And starring Mr. Plock! Ladies and gentlemen, it's IWS Today! Now your hosts, Mr. Kiefer and Mr. Plock!
Good morning and happy Friday. I'm Mr. Kiefer.
And I'm Mr. Plock, and this is IWS Today.
Today, we are swimming through the Caribbean islands.
Today we will be quizzing some of your favorite teachers on Caribbean culture.
We'll also be asking them how well they know their food.
We're also going to be looking at some Caribbean facts.
And we'll talk about some Caribbean current events. I cannot wait to teach while dreaming of being on a beach. I'm your little known historian. I'm here with...
Mr. Rowdy.
Now, we all know Mr. Roddy likes his food. Let's see how well he knows his food history. Mr. Roddy, where does the potato originally come from?
I would have to say Ireland on that one.
That's a great guess. Class, is he right? No. I'm your little known historian, and I'm here with...
Erin McNally.
Up in the main office. Miss McNally, where did corn originally come from?
Idaho, duh.
Class, is she right? No. I am your little known historian, and I'm here with...
Steve Dowd.
Now, as we all know, Mr. Dowden loves his animals. Not only does he love animals, he knows a little bit about where they came from. Mr. Dowden,
Yes.
where did horses originally come from?
Europe.
Class, is he right?
That is correct.
I'm your little
Mr.
known
Kiefer.
historian, and I'm here with
Miss Aiello.
Miss Aiello. I know none of our students have ever come to see you in the ISS room, but I know they want to know your knowledge about food. Can you tell us where the tomato originally came from?
It came from a tomato plant.
Great response. Class, is she right? No. I'm your little known historian, and I am with...
Mrs. Sternberg.
And we're going to ask Mrs. Sternberg if she knows a little bit about where her food came from. Miss Sternberg, where does chocolate originally come from?
Chocolate, I believe, comes from brown cows.
Now, we know Miss Sternberg has quite the sweet tooth, but class, is she right about where chocolate is from? I'm your little known historian, and I am with...
Miss Galich?
Now we all know Miss Galich has just a little bit of energy. She likes her caffeine. Now let's see how she knows where certain foods came from.
Ooh, this is good.
Miss Galich, where is coffee originally from?
Colombia!
Class, is she right? I'm your little known historian, and I'm with
Mr. Schmidt.
and we're seeing how Mr. Schmidt knows where his food came from. Mr. Schmidt, where does sugar originate from?
The grocery store.
Nice. Class, is he right? No. I'm your little known historian, and we're with...
That culture guy?
That culture guy loves his fruits. That culture guy, where does the banana originate from?
Ooh, that's a tough one. Is it all right if I phone a friend?
Oh, absolutely.
Where does the banana come from? No, Mom, I need to know right now. Okay, thanks. I'll call you later. I love you too. It comes from Southeast Asia.
Class, is he right?
That is correct.
Hey, man!
What's going on?
The Caribbean is a region that consists of the Caribbean Sea, its islands, and the surrounding coasts. The region is southeast of the Gulf of Mexico and the North American mainland, east of Central America, and north of South America.
Situated largely on the Caribbean plate, the region comprises of more than 7,000 islands. Some of the more well-known islands include Puerto Rico, Jamaica, Cuba, the Dominican Republic, and the Bahamas.
The Caribbean islands are remarkable for their diversity of their animals, fungi, and plants, and have been classified as one of Conservation International's biodiversity hotspots because of their exceptionally diverse terrestrial and marine ecosystems.
The population is roughly 40 million people, which includes anyone from African descent to European descent, Asian descent, and also descent from the indigenous peoples who have been living in the region way before European contact.
Now let's see what's going on with that culture guy.
Wagwan. That's the Caribbean greeting, which translates to, "What's going on?" I'm here on one of the most beautiful beaches in the Caribbean. The culture of the Caribbean islands is rich in its art, music, culinary, and social elements. Now, it's difficult to pinpoint exactly what the Caribbean culture is like, since it's not exactly a country. When most people think of the Caribbean, they think of vacationing on beaches, but it has so much more to offer than that. Now let's find out what some of your teachers know about Caribbean culture. Where is the Caribbean located?
You know, every time I think of the Caribbean, I think south of Florida.
In the ocean.
South America.
How many countries make up the Caribbean?
7.
6.
A lot.
15.
16.
Close. The answer we're looking for is 26. 26 countries. How many Caribbean countries can you name?
Aruba.
Barbados.
Bahamas.
Bahama. Come on, pretty mama.
Jamaica.
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 We have Haiti.
Haiti.
The DR, the Dominican Republic.
There's a lot of islands down there.
What Caribbean country has the largest population?
Jamaica?
Oh, for sure, the Dominican Republic.
Afghanistan.
Close, Cuba. All right, if one were to say wagwan to you, what does that mean in the Caribbean?
Hello.
Run, run.
I think it's a form of a reptile.
Nice knowing you.
Look out for the alligators.
Wagwan is a native dish of the Dominican Republic that you have to fish. I think it's about 100 feet deep, and that's where they reside. That's their habitat.
It's the island greeting, meaning what's going on. If something is chaka chaka, what does that mean?
Shaka Khan.
Groovy.
It must be some form of a dance.
Chaka chaka's like gnarly, like, oh man, that was chaka chaka.
Aki.
I don't know if I'm allowed to say that in school.
That means poor quality. What is the average temperature in the Caribbean?
Hot.
98 degrees.
85 degrees Fahrenheit.
That's exactly what it is, actually.
All right, I'm gonna start asking you guys math questions.
Only 2% of all the Caribbean islands are inhabited, meaning that 98% of the land is unoccupied by humans.
No way!
Way!
Most of the inhabitants of the Caribbean islands are descendants of African slaves who were brought to the islands by European colonial powers to work on the sugar plantation. They stayed on the islands after the slavery had ended.
No way!
Way.
The Caribbean islands are also known as the West Indies. That's because when Columbus set sail out to reach Asia, by sailing west, he thought he'd found the East Indies when he stumbled upon some islands. However, these islands he then called the Indies, and Columbus called their inhabitants Indians. When his mistake was discovered, the Indies were renamed the West Indies to differentiate them from the real East Indies.
No way.
Way!
Jamaica holds the Guinness World Record for the most churches per square mile, with a total of 1,600 churches on the island.
No way.
Way.
Now let's go live back to the classroom, room 133, the classroom of champions, to Mr. Plock for IWS Now. Thank you for watching today's program. We'll see you next Friday.